They say to me, "You're just a kid." Yeah, one with 5,833 days of lived experience. For those of you who don't like quick math, that's 15 years. Just because somebody doesn't have a college degree or even their first boyfriend, it doesn't mean that they're underqualified to talk about issues that matter. Some of history's biggest changes have started with youth. From a lawless campaign that brought billions into female education, to Greta Thunberg pushing for advocacy and action in environmentalism, to my friend Aldana pushing for mental health symposiums with thousands of changemakers. But it's not all about this big policy-shifting choices. It's about our everyday actions in including and uplifting youth voices. If it's happening on global stages, it can happen here. Because everywhere, youth like me have ideas about what their communities need most. And yet, we rarely get asked. Why do we get to decide that our opinions mean more? Is it because we've lived more life, gone through more school, or simply because of our ingrained biases? I recently had the opportunity to co-design a panel on youth and adult partnerships. And fittingly, the process in itself was an example of this. In less than 3 weeks, our team of 17 had to come up with a way that we were going to show all of our ideas. And I think we were pretty successful because our event was sitting on the floor, room only. This experience emphasized the key idea of this talk, that you don't need to be an expert because everyone is an expert. I bring lived experience that adults can't, precisely because I'm young. And adults bring experience that I can't because precisely, well, they aren't. When we start valuing every kind of lived experience, academic and lived, we open the door to real collaboration. We live in a world obsessed with resumes, the next step on the corporate ladder, and select colleges. But what if we valued lived experience just as much? I'll let you in on a secret. I scrapped my entire TED Talk. Not because it was bad or boring, but precisely because I was speaking to impress adults. It wasn't authentic, but most of all, I wasn't speaking on something I truly understood, just so I could sound like I did. It's a paradox, and yet it's something that so many of us fall into. We go down the rabbit hole of thinking that we're not enough, and we lose sight of the most important thing, our individuality. Altadena, we are a special community, but we're not the only ones who have gone through insanely crazy events. Yet, in every bit of chaos, there is a chance to build anew. To combine century-old ideas with the ideas of people actually born in this century. Imagine if we know what it means to lose something. We've gone through fires, transitions, and crazy, crazy things. That gives us a rare kind of insight. So imagine if we could use our expertise to create change. We can become the blueprint. In fact, anyone can. The we isn't just 15-year-olds. The we isn't just lawmakers. The we is anyone who has the drive to create change and to use their ideas to make the world a better place. So if anyone can make the world a better place, then why do community revival efforts tend to go largely, if not almost exclusively, to adults? There's community organizations like Altadena Girls, which have focused on making sure that teens like me have a safe space. Yet, there is no such council or group making sure that youth is at the forefront of rebuilding and making sure that our intentions are youth forward. We make up about 20% of our population, but I guarantee you that less than 20% of our ideas are heard. For example, I believe that we need more shared spaces and businesses to support local entrepreneurs. Why? Because I see this problem every single day, whether it's trying to find a spot to study after school or hang out with my friends. There's barely any. Adults can't necessarily see through this lens, just as I can't see through theirs. And It doesn't have to be hard. We can create local groups to serve alongside town councils, designated UN groups that consistently have representation at summits. Because the crazy thing is, right now, more than half of the world's population is under 30. And yet, youth make up less than 3% of national legislators worldwide. That gap isn't just unfair, it's holding us all back. We need everyone's perspectives, not just for rebuilding, but so that we can all thrive. And if we can do this in a place with less than 50,000 people, imagine what that could look like around the world. Communities in Nairobi, Rio, or Berlin could be reimagined by young people who know exactly what their streets, their people, their schools, their parks need. Because it's easy to forget that in the next 10 to 20 years, a new generation will rule the job market, lead change, and parenting. I know, because I am one of them. Right now, we are at a point where this gap has held us all back, but we have the power to change that. That's why I want to challenge every individual to find your spark and to find avenues for you to get it across, while simultaneously focusing on uplifting others' voices and perspectives, because collaboration drives change. This shift doesn't need to be big, but it does have to happen. We're at a critical moment. We can choose to build with the future or build for it. But if we choose the latter, we risk missing the creativity that lives in kindergartners and high schoolers alike. We lose the next iPhone, the next Malala, the next idea that could change everything. The leaders of tomorrow are already the leaders of today. If the world keeps thinking of tomorrow as 10 years away, we lose 10 years of time, innovation, and perspective. But if we treat tomorrow like tomorrow, we can create movements, events, and campaigns that tackle life's biggest hurdles. And take it from a track runner, those hurdles can be pretty hard to jump. But with the right team, the right toolkit, and the right perspective, you can clear anything. The future is already here. It's speaking up at the dinner table, sitting in classrooms, and dreaming up solutions the world hasn't even considered. The question isn't when we'll start listening to youth voices. It's how soon we'll start centering them and including them in our everyday actions. Thank you.